John Newcomb, the Chief Executive of the Builders Merchant Federation. We sit here together at the end of John's third BMF Members' Day here at Whittlebury Hall. So, first things first, John, how has the last 24 hours been for you?
I think it's been an excellent conference. I mean, like all of these things, you look at elements of it and think we could have done things slightly different, but overall I'm very pleased. And obviously over the next 48 hours or so we'll get the views of the members themselves that have been here, so it's really about what they've felt about the conference rather than what I've felt about the conference. But I've enjoyed it. We've had some fantastic speakers, and I think it's been a successful event.
Yeah, as I do observing, it's my first one to attend, and it struck me that the numbers were good this year.
Yep.
There was a good balance between merchants and manufacturers.
Yeah, we've had, for the dinner last night we had about 170 people, and then we've had over 200 at the conference today, which I think is the first time we've ever gone over the 200 mark, certainly since I've been managing director. And I would guess that the mix is about 50-50 actually between merchants and suppliers. So I think we've had about 40-45 merchant companies represented at the event. So yeah, very pleased with the turnout.
Yeah, and so you should be. You were giving the awards to the students, the trainees and the apprentices and the graduates as well for the first time.
Yeah.
Have you had any feedback from the merchant members on that whole sort of scenario of the training and the education and the degree course?
Well, I think if you look at the amount of diploma candidates that we now have, we have over 100 candidates going through the diploma, which of course leads on to the foundation degree. So although we've only actually had our first four foundation degree candidates go through that process, obviously over the next few years we'll see a lot more people going through the degree. I think the feedback from the merchants I've spoken to is that we need an event which acknowledges and recognises the young people in this industry. And right now in this industry, the BMF Members' Day Award Dinner is the only event that specifically aims to recognise young people, whether they be young merchant achievers, apprentices, or whether they be degree candidates. So there is no other event that does that in the industry.
And I can endorse that comment, because I had a few merchants say to me that they thought it was right and proper that there was a function where these people were recognised publicly for the achievements that they've done.
Yeah.
And I think that's very healthy. I think it's very healthy for the programme in the future.
These guys are, it sounds a bit passé, but these guys are the future of our industry, and these are the guys that will drive this industry forward over the next 20-25 years. So if a guy has come in and he's left school at 16 and he's gone through an educational programme, he's become a branch director at the age of 23, 24, then we should be recognising these people and acknowledging these people, and the awards is what that's all about, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving to today,
Yep.
Our first speaker was Lord Wolfson.
Yes.
Which was quite a coup for you to get.
It was. I think everybody, one of the consistent comments over lunch is everybody's asked me the question, how did you get Lord Wolfson from Next to agree to speak here? So yes, I think that was a coup actually, Richard.
And what was the driver to get him here? What was the concept?
Well, he and I met at a dinner. Actually, I was invited to a dinner when he was launching his Wolfson Economics Prize.
Yeah.
And he and I had a chat after the event. He's quite passionate about our industry, about the housing construction industry, and I gave him the opportunity actually initially to speak at our overseas conference, but because he does not do overseas conferences, he said, well, actually I won't do that, but if you have a UK event, then contact me, which I did, and he accepted the invitation to be here. So really pleased actually that he took the time not only to come today, but to come last night as well. So that's quite a lot of time for a guy of that seniority to devote to this industry.
Yeah, good point. The Pimlico plumbers were down. Charlie Martin was down to speak.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was taken ill last night.
Very ill. He was on a drip yesterday.
You must have been very pleased with Carl.
Yeah, I mean, of course, these things are sent to triers in terms of organising an event, particularly when it's one of your keynote speakers that unfortunately can't make it. It's difficult, but Again, I was very impressed with the fact that Charlie didn't want to lose the opportunity. He briefed his communications director. I think he had less than 24 hours notice to do the event, and he came today and I thought did an excellent presentation, without any notes, stand up, and I think reflected some of the values that Charlie Mullins is all about. So, but we will get Charlie at one of the BMF events going forward. So either we'll have him at one of the sector meetings or we'll have him at one of the regional meetings, but I'm determined to get Charlie Mullins back to do another event, and of course as a member, because he's about to launch his own merchant business.
That was a bit of a coup, to be told, wasn't it? And the final session was the wellness guys.
Yeah.
Which was the second time that most of us have seen.
Yeah, as you know, Dorian spoke in Portugal last year, and I think you know exactly what you're going to get when Dorian speaks. He's an amazing guy, and corporate wellness is something that he's clearly very passionate about. It's close to his heart, forgive the pun, and I thought the combination of working with John Sunderland Wright, the sort of little double act that they did, was worked really well. And I hear, I only attended part of the workshop, but I hear their workshop was also superb, actually. And had about 60 people in the workshop. So, really pleased, and a very emotive video to end their presentation as well.
Yes, yeah, indeed. And the second time you sat through a Dorian Dugmore presentation,
Yep.
have you adjusted your lifestyle and well-being?
Good question. You always come away from these things with lots of intentions. I remember Dorian, I've chatted with Dorian, I've actually had my numbers done with Dorian. Key things like I must drink more water, I must manage any stressful situations in my life. So I'm more aware of the situation than I was before. I don't think I've dramatically changed my lifestyle. I'm more conscious, I think, of exercising, walking more, perhaps using the car less, cycling more. So I'm definitely more aware of the situation. I don't think I've dramatically changed my lifestyle, but I'm certainly trying to make measures towards that.
I think for me, the point where they link wellness to actually being able to do your job, and in the sort of the battlefield of the corporate and business world, it's quite a good comparison and quite a good link. Yeah.
I mean, again, it's a well-known statement. Your staff are your key asset, and the health and well-being of your staff is critical to the success of your business. And I think what it does is it really focuses your mind on the people that work for you. From last Portugal, I've put every single member of the BMF team through a wellness program in Coventry, and it threw up some interesting results. And I don't think we've had any dramatic lifestyle changes, but we've had one or two people who are definitely doing things differently than they were before we put them through that program.
Good for you, caring employer.
Yeah, thank you.
And a final question: highlight of the last 24 hours.
Highlight of the last 24 hours. I think for me, the awards night last night. The awards night, we started it last year for the very first time. We did it on a fairly small scale basis. We've taken it up a notch and up a level. We've added several new awards. But again, to be in a position where you can give prizes, awards, in one case a £2,500 cash prize, to a young person that has achieved quite a lot in a short space of their career, is a very privileged position to be in. So I think for me, the awards night and seeing those guys receive their awards in front of 200 people within the industry, decked up with our black ties and cocktail dresses, etc. Definitely the highlight.
Excellent note to end on. John, thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much, Richard.
Now,
thank you.
A well-deserved rest for you.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. Thank you.